Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Comprehending Consciousness series. This is going to be episode 19 already, and I think today's topic is going to be the term red pilled. Now, if you are new to the series, feel free to check out any of the previous videos. I make them as quick informational videos, 15 minutes usually, around a specific topic that's a term or phrase that is more like new age but has trickled down into the mainstream. Hopefully, I'm bridging the gap here for people who are waking up new and would like to kind of understand what this whole spiritual awakening world is all about. So today's term, like I said, is red pilled. And I'm sure you see this everywhere. And I really feel it's kind of been coined from the Matrix options, right? Whether you want to stay in La La Land, right? Or whether you want to see the truth. Now, usually red pills tend to be like blatant truths that we attempt to kind of shake the foundation of sleeping people with, or people who are under like mind spell of some kind. You know, they have like a real disoriented belief, whether it's through ignorance or misinformation or indoctrination, or maybe like cognitive dissonance or something, right? Or maybe just a lack of conscious awareness, right? Which everybody can relate to, because as we move through our lives here, we move from like not knowing much to knowing more and more and more. We gain conscious awareness. So, red pills are usually, offered to hopefully chink open a little bit of conscious awareness in some way. I really like that it has picked up such speed in the mainstream these days, and you see on all the social medias, even Facebook and Instagram and all those places where like all the normies reside, you now see so many people like throwing out red pill videos, getting banned, making like these real truth bombs out there, and they catch fire. Sometimes they go viral. Sometimes they get thousands of views before they get taken down or banned, But it's so important for people to realize, because that banning in itself is a red pill too for some people, It's a shake and wake. It's like taking the veil off and seeing the truth for what it is finally. And be like, wait a minute. How come they're banning people these days? Since what happened to freedom of speech? What happened? I can say whatever I like, even if you don't like it. It's very blatant and in your face these days, and I really feel like those all the internet conspiracy people out there, all the meme makers, and all the trolls and everybody, the anons and all these other people, who are out there, like sharing and making red pills all the time, And I love the meme war too, It's become such a fun way. Humor, right? Humor in itself is like the perfect encasing of red pills, because if you can say so much truth in jest, right? You can get away with a lot too. And there's like total red pill channels, with like comedians these days. I'm sure like people could think of them immediately. I'm so bad with names that I could probably never even call out what these people's channels are. But, there's some comedians and some like satire channels out there that are really red pilling the masses. And just like the entire scamdemic has kind of been in itself a red pill for many, it's been a play out too. Like those who were woken up, who were red pilled by 2020, lockdowns, or medical tyranny, or whatever whatever you want to. People were woken up by a million different things in 2020. But whatever that was, that red pill was, they got a real time experience in those who refuse to wake up, right? The sleeping people, the sheeple, the asleep, whatever you want to call them. NPCs are the newest term for them, I guess. It's great. It was great for them too, because you know what, they get to see in real time, right in front of their own eyes, how silly and blatantly ignorant they were before they were red pill, because you have perfect examples of asleep people right there in front of you who are refusing to acknowledge the truth. So yeah, that in itself, red pills is just offering truth to people. Now, a little quick here at the end, I want to talk about also, because now it's branched into like the blue pill, the white pill, the black pill too. And I like that, I guess. It's cool, it's different. But for people who are newly waking up, it's kind of like, what are these people talking about, right? So red pills are when we're offering truth and truth bombs. And we live in duality, right? So it's so important to remember that there's a negative and positive polarity encompassing the red pill. It is a whole concept of itself, right? So it embodies both positive and negative aspects. So yeah, red pills can be harmful, they can be helpful. But in themselves, they are the truth. They are truth-containing. They are poking at the truth. They are something to bring truth to light. That's what the red pill is doing. The blue pill in itself is refusing truth, refusing to see. Give me back the matrix. Put me asleep. I don't care. I can't deal with this right now. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. That kind of mentality. That's the blue pill. So many people pop those, right? I have numerous people in my family and life who I really would have thought 2020 would have been a huge cracking open, but it was just more time to gobble blue pills down. Figuratively and probably real too. Anyways, that's the blue pill. And then now they have the black pill, which is people who are overly negative and overly critical, who are using the truth or conspiracies or doubt and fear, basically pulling at these negative aligned things and encompassing them in a whole message and forcing it on others. That's the black pill. And it's very apparent. You can see it happening everywhere. And you can't really blame people who wake up in a negative orientation these days, especially, that they're angry, that they're full of fear, that, they want revenge or retribution or justice or whatever they think that they're fighting for with the black pills. You have to empathize for them, and respect that the negative has just as much right to this space as the positive, right? And so conversely, the white pill is now been seen as something like ultimate truth, love and light. It's been wrapped into the white hat whole movement. Whether or not that is true or not, I don't put stakes in the ground around that at all. However, I don't let that touch the fact that I know that I have an ultimate faith-based knowing of source energy, love, angels, ascension, the beautifulness of human ascension, that is attempting to be reflected in this idea of the white pill. I will say, it's it's conceptualized idea made by man in our head, so we have to remember that it's a service system and that it has both positive and negative aspects to it, right? So we have to understand what our energetic alignment is when we're attempting to white pill people. Um, I don't I don't really align with that whole idea, and I feel like if you were to be embodying whatever this white pill really is, service to others, positive polarity, um, you don't infringe upon anybody by pilling them, by dropping things on them. It's not what you do in a space of communion when you're um, holding yourself in a place of sovereign worth, and others as well, right? You would ask them if they were ready to be shown this information, or if they have a desire to, you know. You would never be dropping things on people, which is, in the concept of the pill, right? The red pill, black pill, white pill, blue pills. It's an idea of dropping things on unsuspecting people, sort of, or people who are like not ready for it or might be asking for it, like, because you have to remember this whole concept comes from um, the idea of the Matrix and that whole theme of wake up Neo, right? And Morpheus being like the overseer, asking him if he's ready to see the truth or not. It's so important for us to not get too tied down into movies or into ideas or presentation, to use the visual to recognize the truth within ourselves and then to work the truth out, not to go and watch the visual and make our truth based off the visual. It's supposed to inspire the truth back towards us, to get us to discover it within ourselves. And if you allow those movies too, they're great movies. And if you could, if you choose to kill people, drop things on people, good for you, because, the collective needs that. There's a working service, obviously, to it, because it's being explored still. If things are done or don't need any more explanations or are, fully covered, then we don't need to explore them anymore. There's not a worth and a purpose in exploring them. But since people out there in the collective are still dropping memes, dropping red pills, and doing the shake and wake out there, it's obviously still needed, and it still has a role to play for us, for humanity. And so good on you out there. I over the years, the later years of my life, I have pulled back from really trying to wake the masses or worrying about what the collective is doing or what the majorities are, the mainstream and all of that, just because personally I've been guided to do the inner work, and I really do feel like it will only be when every conscious awareness person who's at that level and ready starts to recognize their sovereign worth and starts to do and spread it in their direct world. Like, it's going to take time to be reflected in the collective. But when more and a majority of these more consciously aware beings are doing this on a regular level, we will start to see the collective reflecting that too. So I guess I'm going to conclude my episode 19 here on comprehending consciousness. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't seen any of the series, definitely go check it out. I did topics like the 3D matrix, woke, and lots of terms. So check them out. And in the meantime, if you're interested in finding me, I am on YouTube and BitChute. I have a couple of other videos going on some shadow work ideas, and also I recently just put out a video on 3D matrix negative agenda. It's tricks and traps, and I'm going to be exploring that a little bit more. So yeah, feel free to find me over there, or always on directly www.amariespeaks.com. You can find all types of things. I have free resources, tips and tools over there on all types of things: introspection, spirituality, and happiness. Also, I have Telegram that I share mostly daily positivity tips, infographics about health and wellness or positivity over there as well. So you can find me on t.me, Amarie Speaks. I'll catch you around next time.